Africa. Guys, remember to keep your comments respectful. Guys, remember to like this video. If you're joining this channel for the first time, this is Gachie Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is your host, Gachie Skyman, the tallest man in Black Africa. Please remember to like this video, remember to comment, remember to keep the comment respectful, and welcome for those of you who are joining this channel. This is Gachie Skyman and Pierrant Karibu from UK. Hi Skyman, Karibu sana. You are the first one to join the channel. I'm glad, hope you are doing well. And today we are going to dismantle the GEGE nation. Dismantling the GEGE nation is what we are going to discuss today. Thomas A. Bwana Mkubwa, asante sana from Texas. Karibuni guys, this is Gachie Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. For those of you who have been asking about my number, guys, I'm going to pin the number in the comment section. And it is okay, guys. Please remember to like this video. Remember to comment. Remember to even greet your friends. Remember to work with me in this journey. So if you're joining this channel for the first time, please remember to share this video. And G, Karibu Sana, John Karano, even Skyman, Tolman, I'm watching from Gabon, Botswana. Asante Sana, Karibu Sana. So this Christmas is very dry, guys. Very, very, very dry in Kenya. I've not seen such a dry Christmas in Kenya again. And since I think 1990s, we have had a joyous Christmas. But this time around, as many of you can attest, this Christmas is very dry. A friend of mine was telling me that around noonday, she had not served any customer in her salon. And this is worrying. So Richard Karibu, good evening Skyman. Nice to see you. Tuned in from Mashinani, Uingereza. Karibuni sana guys. I'm happy that you are joining us from all corners of the globe. I'm very, very happy that we are working together and you have been addressing these issues together. So ours is a very dry Christmas. Janet Wageshi, Mabo Skyman, Poa Sana, Karibu Sana, Brian Richard, good evening Skyman. Nice to see you, tuned in from Mashinani, Uingereza. Karibuni nyote, and please remember to like the video. Remember even to comment. Remember even to greet one another when you see a friend. Just say hi, because this is very, very encouraging when we share what we know. So I was telling you about a salonist, a friend of mine, who by midday, she had not served any customer, not even a single customer, because people in Kenya are crying. People in Kenya are crying because of the high cost of living. Again, I was looking at, I visited a number of country bus stations, especially the one in Nairobi, Machakos country bus. And I noted that although people were going to the villages, you know, Kenyans are used to going to the villages, not many people were traveling. And I also noted that fare has been hiked. And this is something that is not very encouraging. Sio jambo nzuri, sio jambo ambalo tumelizoea hapa. Kwa hivyo, what we are saying here is that we have a dry Christmas, very dry. From all August, you see, our Christmas is usually very, very. So guys, these are the dogs that are barking. So bear with me. They normally, you know, lazima wawe wanabweka kila wakati. Niwaambia wakisikia kichoto ambacho kinapita, lazima utasikia wakibweka. Geoffrey Opodi, karibu. Tuned in from border of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Asante sana. Ajoche, hi Skyman. You look good. Watching from Kisuru. Asante sana. Josh Ken, hi brother. Good evening. Tuned in from Langata. Asante sana. Karibu, and remember to like the video. And remember to also continue commenting. Even greet your friend. So for those of you who are operating businesses, you know it has been very, very difficult. You know it has been very, very difficult. That's why we are saying that we are having what we call a dry Christmas. Those people who operate boutiques, those who sell clothes, those who sell shoes, wale ambao wanauza viatu, wale ambao wanauza nguo, mnajua vizuri sana sio kama vile ambavyo tumezoea hapo beleni, kwa sababu tulikuwa tumezoea kuona watu wengi wakikuja kununulia bidhaa mbalimbali. Tulikuwa tumeona watu hapa na pale, and our shops have been a beehive of activities, but it is not the case this Christmas season because watu wamechoka sana, watu wana pesa. This is now God's favor. Skyman, Tibim. You remind me of the campaign movement. Janet Wageshi, unasalimia Jeff kutoka the Ugandan border, and it is very, very encouraging. So again, ukitazama ukienda kule Isili, kule watu ambao huenda kununua nguo, utapata kwamba hamna watu wengi. Sijui kama wewe umenunulia nguo wewe ama umenunulia mtoto wako nguo. Kwa sababu kama una mtoto kama mimi, lazima utaitishwa hapa na pale, utaitishwa kiatu, utaitishwa nguo, mavazi hapa na pale. But from all angles, William Samoei Ruto's government has made this economy very, very difficult for most Kenyans. Utapata kwamba wengi wakiwa kule mashinani wanajipata katika hali gumu sana. So karibu sana Lucy, na kuona kwa bali. Asante sana kwa kutugotea. Thank you, and remember to like the video. So that is what we are experiencing here in Kenya. I don't know those of you who are in other countries, because I've seen some people from UK, I've seen others from USA, I've seen others from Botswana, I've seen others from Uganda border. Now, maybe you can tell us, how is your country, how is your Christmas? Is it as dry as it is in Kenya? And pia Rand, karibu, Rusi unasalimiwa, asante sana. So again, today it was also William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya's birthday. Amefikisha miaka 57. He's 57. He turned 57. I don't know what would you tell William Samoei Ruto a day like this when he has attained 57 years. Tell him something, write something. Maybe anaweza kupata kibahati akakutana na hii video yetu na kukutana nayo, labda anaweza kusema jambo fulani. Mwambie kitu when he is 57. If you want to wish him happy birthday, well and good. If you want to tell him that he's failing the nation, well and good. For me, I would tell him that, Mr. President, you have let your people down. Mr. President, you have let the hustlers down. Mr. President, you have failed the nation. Mr. President, you have destroyed the nation. Mr. President, when it comes to the GEGE nation, referring to the people of the mountain, they know that ulikuwa unawadanganya, ulikuwa unawaambia jambo ambalo si la kweli, na sasa wamekuja kugundua ya kwamba what you are saying is hot air. God favorite, happy birthday AM. Ya, mwambie vizuri, mwambie labda litamfikia. Mwambie litamfikia. Unajua ni vizuri kumwambia vile unafikiria, because you see it is by actually expressing ourselves that is how we are able to know what is happening. And Pierre is telling us it is dry everywhere. Even here, the shopping madness is down. But I think Kenya, I think Kenya more than anywhere. Yeah, it is true. I think Kenya is worth it. Kwa sababu unajua sisi tumekuwa na hali hii. And I think what I can say is that even COVID time was better in Kenya when I compared it to this time round. Josh, Ken, Nangasha, bro, kumekauka. Ni kweli kumekauka kila mahali. Kumekauka, mashambani kumekauka, mifuko imekauka, kila mahali kumekauka. But the good thing is that we are healthy. The good thing is that we have hope that tomorrow will be better, and we can make the necessary changes to improve our great republic. So we are saying that I wish If you want to wish William Samoei Ruto happy birthday, because he turned 57, you can do it. Ajo Che Ruto amalize aende. He is a letdown to the Kenyan masses. That is a very good observation, and you can say what you think is right, something that you can tell William Samoei Ruto when he is turning 57. I don't know whether they are going to celebrate his birthday, because I remember when Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, karibu Wajiro, karibu sana, when Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was celebrating his birthday this year, people were celebrating in Gatudu everywhere, na watu walijitokeza hata barabarani, watu walijitokeza kila mahali kushangilia. I remember in Gatudu, people had to bake a cake, people had to come out of the street and cut the cake. So do you think William Samoei Ruto can see such a glorious moment ambapo watu wajitokeza barabarani ati wanashangilia, wanasherekea siku yake ya kuzaliwa? I don't think if such thing can happen. So for those of you who are joining this channel, please remember to like this video. As you enter, register your presence. Also, please let us know where you're watching us from, because it is very, very important. Let's look at something else. The government is obsessed with Kiambu land. Why do you think the government is obsessed with Kiambu land? Lucy, Mr. President, what happened to all the promises you made to Kenyans? A very good question. So if we can read such questions, I think it is very, very important, because these are Kenyans who are speaking on the grassroots. So now the big question now, the issue that now is at hand, the government is obsessed with Kiambu land, including threatening the governor for Kiambu that if he does not surrender some of the land, William Samoei Ruto was going to take some actions. Why do you think the government is obsessed with the land in Kiambu? What are these factors that is making Kiambu land to be very, very attractive? Because if you ask me, there are a number of reasons why Kiambu is very, very attractive to William Samoei Ruto. Janet Wageshi at 57 anajiita kijana haki za kayo. Wanasiasa hao ni wanasiasa wenzetu, ndio unaona lazima wajifanye vijana, even when they are old, they still want to continue, even when they feel that they don't have the energy, like Joe Biden. You know, Joe Biden has been falling. In fact, even in presence of soldiers, I think Joe Biden, the President of the Republic of America, USA, United States of America, has been having memory lapses. In fact, I remember there was a time he forgot the names of his dignitaries. And he suffers from memory lapses. And kuna kati ambapo tuliona akiaguka hadharani. In fact, mbele ya jeshi. And remember, he's a commander-in-chief of the armed forces. So, despite that fact, he is still vying for the presidency. Hao ni wanasiasa? Wanasiasa ni wale tu, na unajua kile ambacho wanataka ni maslahi yao wenyewe. So the Kiambu land is becoming very, very attractive to the government. Kiambu land is a matter of life and death to William Samoei Ruto. More than any other land in any other county, William Samoei Ruto is taking Kiambu very, very seriously. And he wants this land. Anasema nini Wageshi? Anasema Skyman, kweli kumekauka, hata hatujakataa kitoweo ya huyo mwananyau wako for Xmas. Oh, Valeria, hi, unasalimua, karibuni. Geoffrey, God's favor, happy birthday, the most corrupt state officer in the world. Joy Valeria, and pia unasalimua, high five, karibuni nyote, like the video. And I know some of you have channels here. G, karibu. I know some of you have channels here. I've told you, people like Aunt Pia has a channel, people like Joyce Valeria, visit them. They are very good content, by the way, and we keep on sharing 1, 2, 3. And it is also important to know what is happening in their country. So one of the reasons why Kiambu is very attractive to this government. Na Musa, karibu sana, na utuambie watu watakupata kutoka wapi masaa mengine. I have seen you live, I think yesterday I saw you live. I've also visited your channel, Geoffrey, and hi sana. What is happening is that Kiambu land is very, very attractive to the government. And I want to explain to you guys why Kiambu land is very, very attractive as far as the building of these houses is concerned. That is the affordable housing by William Samoei Ruto. Number one is because Kiambu borders Nairobi. In fact, when you are in Kiambu, you are in Nairobi. And again, this land, ukiangalia utaona kwamba people have now been complaining about, they are saying that the government want to grab their land, and they are complaining. In fact, the issue has become so emotive, and people are saying that they are going to defend their land, whatever the case. And the fact that Kiambu land is like gold, because it's coming Nairobi, it is something that is attracting many people in government. Unajua jambo moja ambalo litatokea ni kwamba mtu akishanunua shamba kutoka sehemu zake, ukishanunua ile nyumba, you know, haujabu ati if you don't come from Kiambu that you cannot buy these houses from Kiambu. You can come from any part of the country and buy the land and buy the house from wherever you come from, as long as you are Kenyan. And these houses will be affordable. So what is likely to happen, and this is what people are fearing, is that we are likely to have the influx of Kalenjins in Kiambu. Kwa hivyo watu wanaanza kuogopa. Wanasema kwamba William Samoei Ruto anataka kuleta Wakalenjin kutoka sehemu zingine wakuje sehemu za Kiambu so that they can come so close to Nairobi. And people are also saying that it's like a revenge, because you see what Jomo Kenyatta did. Jomo Kenyatta took so many Kikuyus to Rift Valley, and they went with their names, they went with everything. No wonder you have a place like Kiaba in Rift Valley. So utasikia mahali kama Sogoi, labda unaenda mahali kama Thika unapata Sogoi unaenda kama Kiaba unapata Sogoi ingine, unaenda mahali kama Banana unapata Mosop. So this is something that is likely to happen. So for those of you who are joining us, please like the video kindly. And I like the way you are interacting, guys, the way you are commenting this channel. I'm humbled that you have always supported us. So the second reason why Kiambu is becoming very, very attractive to the government, and as far as the housing, affordable housing is concerned, is because you see, Kiambu is very close to neighbors other very productive counties. Nyandarua, for those of you who comes from Nyandarua is very productive. Lucy is saying Kajimi will soon be in the national, will soon be the national language. In fact, for those of you who have noted, is that William Samoei Ruto has been communicating so much in Kalenjin language, and anytime they are in Rift Valley, you find them communicating in mother tongue. And many people have been asking that they have been saying that now when you look at our national language, which is Kiswahili and also the official language, it's like we are losing it. When you look at the issue of now the issue of national integration, national unity, we are going to lose it. We are actually going to lose it if we continue the way we are continuing. So again, I'm saying that Kiambu, one part borders Murang'a. Murang'a is also very productive. The other part borders Nairobi, and the other part of Kiambu borders Nyandarua. So you can see now, when you're in Kiambu, you are connected to all these counties. When you're in Kiambu, you can easily move to Murang'a, you can easily move to Nairobi, you can easily move to Nyandarua. The only place that is you need to travel a bit is Nyeri and Kirinyaga and Ebu. And you're also very close to Nakuru, by the way. So that is why the land in Kiambu is very, very attractive. There is also the issue of population. Other than Nairobi, kuna hii sehemu ya Kiambu ambapo unapata kukiwa na watu wengi sana. Kiambu is densely populated. Densely populated. No other county apart from Nairobi ambapo unapata watu wengi kama Nairobi. Unajua mahali kukiwa na watu wengi inamaanisha kwamba biashara zitakuwa zimenogea. Mahali kukiwa na watu wengi inamaanisha ya kwamba biashara, hata ukiweka biashara yako katika sehemu za Kiambu, then you are going to have a lot of customers. So Kiambu has a big potential. So ukiweka biashara yako pale itamaanisha ya kwamba watu watakuwa wengi, inamaanisha kwamba biashara yako itapata wateja. So that is why I think Kiambu is becoming very, very attractive. And that is why William Samoei Ruto is taking the issue of Kiambu as a matter of life and death. That is why watu wa Kiambu wana wasiwasi mwingi sana. For those of you who have been following the politics of this country, you saw what happened today in Ruto. In Ruto, tuliona watu wakifukuza matigatiga pale, yale ambayo walikuwa kuja pale kutengeneza mashamba, sijui ni barabara walikuwa wanatengeneza pale, yalikuwa yamekuja kukarabati barabara, but they were chased away by the residents because now the residents have become very suspicious. And back you, it was very, very interesting because it was coming from the Kikuyus. It is now the Kikuyus who are sending away the contractors. The Kikuyus are the ones who are sending away the contractor. And when you see the Kikuyus now sending away the contractor, then you wonder why or what would happen if they go to another place. Unafikiri itakuwa vipi? So kuna jana anatuambia nini? Anatuambia kulima si kazi, lazima Jomo angepeleka matrakta, na ni kweli. And pia niko kwa traffic going home, someone's birthday tomorrow, mwambie happy birthday ukifika. So that is why Kiambu is becoming very, very attractive. The fact that when you look at Kiambu, kuna miundo misingi ambayo unaipata pale. Miundo misingi kwa mfano tunamaanisha kwamba barabara nzuri, hospitali nzuri, ukiangalia utapata kwamba very good shopping malls in Kiambu, which is very, very encouraging. But of most important is the number of national schools and universities in Kiambu. In Kiambu, unapata kuna Kenyatta University. Kenyatta University is in Ruto. There is also Jomo Kenyatta University of Science and Technology. It is in Juja. There is also Kikuyu campus. There is also, I'm looking at the universities that are in Kiambu. When you look at the national schools, there are many. There is Alliance Boys, there is Alliance Girls, there is Mangu High, there is Mary Hill Girls. Ukiangalia utaona kwamba kuna sababu ya nini Kiambu kuchukuliwa kana kwamba ina umuhimu wa kipekee, na ndio sababu unaona William Samoei Ruto taking this issue of housing levy and the housing projects in Kiambu as something that is very, very dear to him. It is so dear to him. Na yote ambaye anapiga sasa, huyo ndiye ambaye anakutana ule upaga wake. That sword, if you dare to cross William Samoei Ruto, that is when you face that sword of William Samoei Ruto. There is also this issue of massive defectors. UDA is facing massive defectors. Massive defection is taking place. Unaona kwamba like now somebody like Miguna is actually criticizing UDA. If you visit his ex-handle, he is telling William Samoei Ruto that come 2027, he will be made a one-term president. He is telling him that what is likely to happen when people will be voting, they will not remember his smooth language. They will not remember his sweet words. They will not remember his promises. They will not remember so many things that he's trying to do. But they will remember the high cost of living. They will remember the cost of fuel. They will remember so many things. They will remember how the kind of taxes that he introduced. Those are the things that Kenyans will remember. In short, Miguna is no longer supporting William Samoei Ruto. There is also somebody else who actually came out today in a very interesting way. Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega came out and criticized the government. Sabina Chege said that they cannot forget, Kenyans cannot forget the high cost of living. Chris Egesa, I am Wafula. What is this hidden agenda in the housing thing that makes Ruto take it as a matter of life and death? That is a big question. That is the big question, Egesa. That is what Kenyans are asking. And that is now, people are now trying to see that there is more than meets the eye. Is there a possibility that all these people who are building these houses, he is getting them from his community? Because when you look at his modus operandi, when you look at the way he has been looking at these issues, when you look at the way he has been approaching the issue of housing levy, and the way he has been operating the nation, the way he has been driving the nation, ni nchi ya mapendeleo, ni nchi ambapo unapata ya kwamba wale watu ambao wametoka kwa nyumbani ndio ambao wanapewa kazi muhimu. So maybe these houses, labda wanakandarasi, the people who will be supplying building materials, the people, the architects, the electricians, the masons, maybe hawa watu ni yeye ambaye anawaleta kutoka kwa nyumbani. That could be a possibility. The other possibility is that maybe bado kutakuwa na mapendeleo ya zile nyumba bazo wakati ambapo watakuwa wakati nyumba zitakuwa zikiuzwa, labda wao watauziwa labda bei za chini chini. And you know, the problem with the Kenyan government is that we are having a very corrupt system, very corrupt, because right now if you ask William Samoei Ruto, umuulize tangu hizi nyumba zianze kujengwa, how much money has been collected, he cannot account. Anakwambia tu zinatumiwa kujenga, but he cannot tell you how much money they have been collected through housing levy. Because every civil servant, anybody who is working with the government and the private sector, is paying 2.5%, and the employer is paying the same amount. Alpha's Creek, I thank God that we are defecting from evil. So people are defecting in large numbers. When you see Mother Karua, Sabina Chege, and Kanini Kega, Miguna, when you see these people, and Akina Buzeki, Akina Kabogo, Akina Waitito, then it tells you something is wrong with this government. And if they are defecting just 1 year after the elections, what will happen in 2027? It means, I've always told you, come 2027, UDA will be a Kalenjin party. So Irene Kioi, hi, joining from Israel, karibu, how is Israel? Tuambie kule mko wapi, mnaona vipi vita? I hope you have not been affected by haya mambo ya Israel. I hope you are safe wherever you are, Irene. So what we are saying here, I'm just trying to answer a question that was been asked here about the obsession with these houses, the obsession with affordable housing. There are some hidden agenda. And the hidden agenda, I'm telling you, is that it's because they are meant to benefit some people. Kwa sababu hata kulingana na William Samoei Ruto anasema ya kwamba hizi nyumba zinasaidia kwa watu kupata kazi. But the big question is, tuseme kwa mfano ni Kisumu, you have affordable housing going on in Kisumu. After they are completed, hao watu wataenda kufanya kazi wapi? Mwagi Samuel watching from South Africa, asante sana. Tuambie bei ya mafuta huko ni pesa gapi? Tuambie mambo ya Christmas huko iko namna gani? And ni vizuri sana, because you see now when we are interacting here, unapata we have people from all corners of the globe, and we are capable of actually knowing what is happening in various parts of the country. So when you see people defecting, when I saw Waitito defecting, I knew William Samoei Ruto has lost it. When I saw Kabogo, when I saw now Sabina Chege criticizing the government, unajua Sabina Chege vile alikuwa amehama, unajua vile alikuwa amemsaliti Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, kwa sababu vile ambavyo alifanya, alikimbia haraka na finally tuliona vile ambavyo mambo ambayo alifanyika. Fatma Lugogo watching from Birmingham, West Midland, UK, asante sana, karibu. Please remember to like the video for those of you who are joining always like the videos so that you can move together. So when you see people defecting in large numbers, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind when you see somebody like Waitito denying or denouncing William Samoei Ruto's party? Na sababu nasema ya kwamba alisema in a national TV that William Samoei Ruto has been lying to Kenyans. William Samoei Ruto has not been telling Kenyans the truth. So that is why he is defecting. When you look at Sabina Chege was saying that the cost of living is very high. Sabina Chege was saying that the cost of living is very, very high, and that is why she is criticizing the government. And she is saying that she is expecting leaders from Mount Kenya to speak for the people. And then I found this very interesting. Imagine sasa nani angefikiri watu wa UDA sasa, because Sabina Chege ni wa UDA si wa Jubilee. Ukiangalia Kaninikega vile vile ni wa UDA si wa Jubilee. Ni nani ambaye angetarajia watu kama hawa wangekuwa sasa ndio wanaikashifu na kuikosoa serikali ya William Samoei Ruto? Najua hapo beleni walikuwa wanasema Doyen walikuwa wanatuambia Doyen anajua kile anafanya. Walikuwa wanatuambia ati mnajua nini, hii serikali ni yetu. Blue Monaball Wagazombe from Canada here, karibu sana, like this video. I'm glad that you're watching. So what they used to tell us, walikuwa wanatuambia kwamba mnajua nini, hii serikali ni yetu. Unaona Kideki yako pale, Gachagua yako pale, mimi Moses Kuria niko pale. That is what they would tell us. But now Kenyans wamekuja kugundua hii serikali ndio mnaweza kutuambia ni yetu, lakini serikali iwe yetu kama mtatusaidia kuendeleza uchumi wa taifa hii. Serikali mtuambie ni yetu if you are constructing roads. Kama mtakuwa mkikarabati barabara, mtuambie serikali ni yetu. Lakini msituambie serikali ni yetu ile hali kile ambacho mnafanya nyinyi mnakula kuku, sisi tunakula kama kuku. Get that one. Wao wanakula kuku, sisi tunakula kama kuku. Sasa mnatuambia serikali ni yetu. Hapo inaweza kuwa vigumu kukubaliana. Inaweza kuwa vigumu kukabiliana. Kwa sababu najua like now the people of the mountain. That's why I'm saying, that's why I've given the title of this video, Dismantling the GEGE Nation. Because we are actually dismantling the GEGE Nation. Hii mambo ya kuitia watu wali, ati unaitia watu wali mchele, unawaambia nini, ati unawaita pale Sagana State Road, unawarushia vichele kama kuku, mchele na nyama, alafu you are not even constructing roads. Alafu comes January, watu hata wajui wafanye nini. Come January, kwa sababu people will be paying school fees. Come January, they don't know what to do. In fact, I remember there was a video that I posted for those who have been following me about a lady who is in Saudi Arabia. And up to now, I realize the family has not managed to take out to go for the girl. The lady was hospitalized in a bed specialized hospital. Na ni Mwarabu wanampeleka pale. Waarabu ni wanyama jameni. Na huko ndiko William Samoei Ruto. I'm saying this because of what William Samoei Ruto is planning to do. He's planning to send 10,000 workers to Saudi Arabia. Sasa yule anaitwa Flora Jiko. Sasa kule hospitalini kwa sababu alikuwa anafanya kazi, what do they call it? Sijui wale wa makeboy nafikiri wale watu ambao wanatoroka from the agents. So kutoka hospitalini sasa wakamtibu because she was paralyzed, wanamtoa pale, wanamtupa nje sasa. Anaenda sijui kwa watu wanaitwa nani, wanamwambia tena hamjui. Then imagine in a wheelchair, nowhere to go. The embassy is not doing anything. And this is now where you are telling Kenyans that tuko unawapeleka. I would think twice to kwenda pale, unless I'm very sure of where I'm going. Because this is what is happening in our country. So when you look at William Samoei Ruto, do you think he has a plan? Do you think William Samoei Ruto has a plan? Because you see, he has been telling us he has a plan. and he should be allowed to implement the plan. Because if you ask me, William Samuel Ruto ni mfano wa dereva wa tuktuk ambaye alipewa trailer, akaambiwa sasa, akaambia watu wanajua kuendesha trailer, akatokea katika barabara ya Mombasa aendeshe trailer. Sasa instead of the truck moving forward, the trailer sasa inarudi nyuma, na wakati inarudi nyuma inakwama. That is what is happening. What happens in those countries is disgusting. It is true, by the way, very disgusting. Because you see, what happens in this channel, you find some people calling, because I normally give my number. Because there's nothing to hide. So I normally find so many people calling in a distress. Sijui nini, held up in what, wengine nimerushwa wapi, sijui nini, I have been unable to leave, sijui nini. It's hectic, by the way. It's hectic. I remember there was one case that we had out last year. Still another lady who was in Saudi, alikuwa Omani, and she was trapped there, and we were able to mobilize the people. Na she was able to come out successfully, and aliweza kufika hapa. So what we are saying is that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta used to tell Kenyans who are working abroad, wafanye kazi vizuri kule. For those who could be able to come back, they should come back. But it is Kibaki who used to encourage me a lot. Kibaki would tell people who are working in diaspora that they should come and work for their country. But William Samuel Ruto is telling Kenyans that they should go and work outside. Kwa sababu wameshindwa kubuni kazi hapa. They are unable to create jobs. They are unable to attract investors here. And because they are unable to attract investors here, so the best they can do ni kuita watu ni kuambia watu sijui mpelekwe Jerumani, na ukiuliza wale watu wako Jerumani wanakuambia hata wao hawana kazi. Wanauliza ni kazi gani ambazo watu wanapelekwa. Sijui wengine wanapelekwa sijui Uingereza. Uingereza inataka 200,000 Kenyans. Wengine America needs half a million Kenyans. That is William Samuel Ruto telling Kenyans. Something I think doesn't add up. So Kibaki would encourage, because our economy was going very fast, Kibaki would encourage people who are working in the diaspora to come and work for their country, to come and serve their country. And I remember he went for Alfred Mutua. Alfred Mutua aliyedewa na Mwai Kibaki. Na ukitazama vizuri sana, the president is like he's auctioning Kenya. Like I am Lucy is saying, Zakayo ana auction Kenya to the world. It is true. He is auctioning Kenya to the world. So I am Lucy, nafikiri uko na channel yako nzuri sana, and maybe you can tell us more about your channel. Even here you can comment. Tell us, by the way, so that people who are here can be able to know what you are doing. For those of you who have channels, right, what you do, just as a comment. And for those of you who can be able to open channels, start your own channels. It is very, very important so that we can continue interacting and visiting each other. Power of the Holy Trinity Church. Hii serikali ni yetu. What does it mean? Are others excluded from a sitting government to be celebration of others, where there is only one president? Very sad. Very, very sad. God forbid. I agree. It is sad. But that is what they have been trying to lie to the GEGE nation. And that is why the GEGE nation should be dismantled completely. But the good thing is that the GEGE nation is dismantling itself. Ronald Nyameo, I have a big problem with politicians like Waitito. I've read the comments, although you have retracted it. Okay. Rusi is saying, sasa kila mtu akiaende kufanya kazi majuu, nani atabaki kujega people will have no people, we shall not have people to build their affordable houses. Na tena nani ataenda kuishi katika zile nyumba ikiwa Wakenya watahama? Because this is what is William Samoei Ruto is telling us. Atimfanye mwende. I remember Gachagua when he was presiding in a KMTC graduation, anaambia watu nyinyi mumalize mmalize haraka, mkisha graduate, mwende mkatafute kazi kule, mtuletee dollars so that we can stabilize our economy. That is what he was telling us. That is what he was telling the graduates. And this was very discouraging. So it's like telling them, mnasoma, you are graduating, which is okay, but mjua hapa hakuna kazi. It is like that is what William Samoei Ruto and Gachie Skyman have been telling the people. So hii mambo ya enyi wa Kikuyu kwenda pale ati mnamegewa mchele kama kuku, mnamegemewa nyama kama vijipaka, ati it is actually ni kuwekwa chini sana. I think the people, especially those people from the mountain, kwa sababu how do you bow? Because I believe if the people of the mountain can tell William Samoei Ruto no, I strongly believe that William Samoei Ruto can decide now to work for the people. Because if you ask me, he's not working for the people, but he's working for himself. He is working for his people and for himself, but he's not working for the nation. Kwa sababu ukiangalia utaona kwamba kuna ubaguzi wa hali ya juu sana. Ubaguzi katika serikali, ubaguzi katika sehemu mbalimbali, ubaguzi katika kuajiriwa kazi. And when I saw the way he has now been aligning the government, if you look at the government the way is being aligned now, look at the way he is now planning the Communication Commission of Kenya. Ukiangalia vizuri sana, he is setting the stage for rigging the 2027 general election. Ameanza sasa kuweka watu wake. Angalia the people who are now being appointed in various critical ministries and independent institutions. Anaweka watu wake kimakusudi in preparation for rigging the 2027 general elections. One thing that William Samoei Ruto has realized is that he may not win the 2027 general elections. Hilo ni jambo ambalo yeye mwenyewe amekuja kujua. Now because he has been able to know this, I think he is actually now preparing the way to rig the elections. Again, remember Maina Jega, mnamkumbuka vizuri sana Maina Jega. He now the bishop. He's now the bishop. Hapo beleni akiwa alikuwa chairman wa the outlawed Mogike. Come that fast, he is planning to have a major rally, Kikuyu Men's Conference in Nyeri. All Kikuyu men who are above 18 years have been invited. Gachie Skyman and William Samoei Ruto have declared the gathering illegal. Wanasema ni haramu. Mkutano huo haijahalalishwa. Maina Jega na watu wake wanasema lazima tuende pale. Tunaenda tu kama Wakikuyu kuogea mambo yetu kama nyumba ya Gikuyu na Mobi. There will be a serious confrontation between Kikuyu youth and the government. Remember, hii ni serikali ya polisi, askari wanyama, binadamu wanyama. Kwa sababu wengi kama ulivyoona wakati wa maandamano ni polisi wasio na utu. Polisi ambao wameondolewa sifa zote za binadamu na kuachwa na unyama. That is our policemen. So Maina Jega and his people will be confronted by the police in full force. Full force. Because you see why William Samoei Ruto and Gachie Skyman are coming out very strongly in opposition of this meeting. You know very well that Maina Jega has been coming out very strongly. You know, currently, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is like now the self-proclaimed and the automatic and the obvious Mount Kenya kingpin. Alafu Maina Jega naye sasa anajitokeza pale. So, expect serious confrontation in Nyeri. Kwa sababu, because ukitazama vizuri sana utaona kwamba the fact that most of the youth are jobless. The fact that they don't have anything, kwa sababu watu wengi hata hii sikukuu hawana chochote, hawana mifuko yao, hawana, huo ni ukweli. What will happen? Well, they are going to attend that meeting. So, and wakienda pale watapata uwanja wote umezingirwa na maafisa wa polisi, armed to the teeth, because that is how William Samoei Ruto has been operating. Remember, wakati wa maandamano vijana barobaro wengi walikata kamba, wengi walienda Jogomeo, wengi walikufa, wengi walipoteza maisha yao, wengi waliumizwa, they were maimed. Some of them even today they are bedridden. So do you think Maina Jega is going to succeed in this meeting? And Makiu has invited Rigathi Gachagua, who has said that he cannot attend such a meeting. Maina Jega has also invited Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who has actually said that you're not also going to attend, through Pauline Njoroge, the organizing secretary of Jubilee. Wamesema kwamba Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is not going to attend. So the big question is, what will happen on that day? Is there a possibility that many people may lose their life? Huenda kukatokea maafa pale? If I were asked, I would ask the government to change the stand. Allow the people to meet. Let Kenyans meet. These are progressive forces. Because after all, they will not be breaking any law. Our constitution allows people to gather peacefully. Peaceful gatherings are allowed. But now when you start fighting them, when you start beating them, when you start maiming them, when you stop this meeting, it means there is something that you are fearing. And when you do this, najua binadamu hataki kudhibitiwa. Hiyo ni kawaida ya binadamu. Binadamu hatapendi kudhibitiwa. Ronald Nyameto, I have a big problem with the politicians like Waitito, who take ages to realize William has been lying. The electorate should judge the intellect of politicians before electing them. Janet Wageshi naye anasema Gachie kwisha. In fact, the one big problem that people have been having, we have elected people in parliament who are not competent. People who cannot even express themselves. Kuna watu ambao hawajai kusema lolote kule bugeni. At the sun you see tugokira tene. I remember that. Walisema hivyo. Sasa wanasema wanaamka tena ati watamka mapema kumtoa Ruto. That's what they are saying, by the way. That's what they are saying. Ati tutamka mapema tugokira tene. Tugokira tene, tugokira tene. Tukarute Ruto. That's what they are now singing. Hapo mbeleni walikuwa nasema tugadhure Ruto. Sasa ni tukamtoe. It is very interesting how things change very fast. So that is why I think there are some people who have managed to realize that William Samoei Ruto has not been very honest. There are some people who have realized William Samoei Ruto has not been doing what has been expected of him. Irene Kioi, wakati wa campaign, niliwaambia dawa ya ujinga ni kuchanuliwa. Sasa wanachanuliwa. Ni kweli. Watu wanachanuliwa, wamechanuliwa kabisa, kabisa, kabisa. That one is a fact. And we cannot run away from this fact. And when you see now Maina Jega trying to bring the Kikuyu together, I think what is trying to do, it is a kind of civic education. It is kind of civic education whereby people are now being told, look, after all, hapa, hamkufanya vizuri. After all, hapa, mungefanya hivi na hivi. I think what people have realized is that kwa sababu walikuwa nasema hivi, and by the way, hard watu wa UDA walikuwa nasema hivi, ati walikuwa wamempe William Samoei Ruto mwaka mmoja, ati wakamwongezea miezi sasa 6, and now they have realized hakuna kitu anafanya. Egesa, karibu, like the video, kindly those who are joining. The government should allow Maina Jega to go ahead with his meeting. Deny him to do the meeting is what will cause chaos. That is true. Samuel Abisa, watching from China, asante sana. The dictator must go. Uhuru tuokoe. Na sasa the same Uhuru sasa Samuel ndio sasa watu walikuwa nasema maliza wede. And now today Uhuru kutokea tu hivi watu wanafurahi sana hata without saying anything. This is what is happening to our country. This is what is happening to our nation. Makadets wacha wakule ujeuri yao. Tuliwaambia hawakusikia. Waende wamtoe vile walimuigiza. Sisi tuko vacation. Ni kweli sisi yetu ni macho, tunajiangalilia tu. Tunaangalia because you see we knew that William Ruto would not take the country to Canaan. We knew that Raila was the man who had the spirit of this country. Kitu kimoja najua, when somebody doesn't have a dream, when somebody doesn't have a philosophy, huyo mtu hakuna jambo anaweza fanya. And one thing that made Kibaki change this nation, because he knew right from the beginning what he wanted to do. He had the plan, he had the idea. So what was remaining is just to implement the plan. So when he came to implement the plan. When Uhuru came, he came to continue with the plan. But when William Ruto came, he came to eat and make merry. He came to amass wealth for his people, for his cabinet, for himself, for his friends. That is why you see every day is a day of scandal. That is why you see, ukitazama vizuri sana wale watu ambao wanakuja. Today somebody was complaining Jomo Kenyatta International Airport kwamba yani you are being searched. You are searched mpaka unashidwa. Mpaka iPhone sijui nini, iPhone yake sijui inafanywa nini. I saw somebody complaining somewhere in the social media. Anasema Uhuru was rejected stone was a rejected stone. Sasa ndio jiwe la msingi. Yeah, the rejected stone has become the cornerstone. Anti anatuambia nini? Mato true Kenya will still vote same people. Wait for it. That's the problem with the Kenyans. They forget so easily. And there is wanadanganywa so easily. Wakenya ni wale tu. Ni wale tu. But the good thing I like about what is happening is that majority of people who are now dissatisfied with William Samoei Ruto are the youth. People who are very young. God's favor, Zillionaire Zakayo Arap has stolen Christmas from Kenyans. Ni kweli. I'm telling you, we have what we call a very dry Christmas. Very dry Christmas. Mifuko imekauka kabisa. I'm telling you, when I was starting this video, when you go to the boutiques, contrary to what you used to see hapo beleni previous years, ambapo wakati kama huu ilikuwa vigumu hata kupata nafasi ya kuingia ndio ununue kile ambacho unataka. Today it is no longer the case. Boutiques are empty. The salon shops are empty. Vinyozi hakuna. Kama ni wakati mwingine umepata hata siku hizi unapata watu wameanza hata kujinyoa because wataki kwenda kwa vinyozi. Alpha Kiche. And Ruto came to eat and plan. That is very, very interesting. He came to eat and plan. Because he has been telling us, he has a plan. Always has been telling us a plan. But why has he not implemented that plan? If I may ask. If he has a plan. And by the way, I also noted something. Today in Kiharu, I noted in Kiharu, they are constructing concrete roads. Concrete roads. Zile Raila ambazo walikuwa nasema ndizo ambazo zingejengwa from 2002 he was proposing, and nafikiri kuna barabara kadhaa ambazo zilijengwa using cement, concrete. And in Kiharu, that is what they did. That's what they have started. And I saw that road that past Mathioya, na wanasema kulingana na wataalamu the engineer wadisi wetu wanatuambia hizo barabara they can go for 100 years. Why is it being done in Kiharu? And who is a member of parliament for Kiharu? It is Dede Nyoro. And who is the chairman of the budget in the National Assembly? Is Dede Nyoro. So he's the one who is allocating the money. So you can see what we mean. See what we mean. Aha, Mato, Makadeta, boss. Kuna mchele na nyama this Christmas tukuje kukula. Karibuni. It is festive season. Karibuni. Janet kabisa CSG. Kwamba ukiangalia utaona kwamba sasa mapendeleo yameanza. Why not have such rules sasa? Sema kwa mfano zikifanywa like tuseme mahali kama wapi? Mahali kama Kisumu, mahali kama tuseme wapi? Tuseme Mombasa, ama mahali kama Kisii, ama mahali kama wapi? Kakamega, ambapo walipewa just 300 meters za barabara. Unajua William Samoei Ruto anachezea watu. Can you imagine that a whole financial year a county being allocated 300 meters of tarmac? Can you imagine? Just 300 meters of tarmac road. Huu ni mchezo. Ni mapendeleo. Is an insult to people's intelligence. So unapotazama vizuri sana utaona serikali yetu inatuagusha kabisa. So everything should be done to dismantle this GEGE nation. And once we dismantle the GEGE nation, this country will be a very beautiful country for us to live. There is also something else that Wakenya wanaogopa. For those of you who interact with people, especially in Nairobi, there's a conversation that is going on. The Karigenization of the nation. Karigenization of the nation is whereby utapata every sector is being controlled by the Karigen. Let me give an example. Like now, if you go to Jogo House, the headquarters of the Ministry of Education, the PS is Berio Kipsang. And you know the PS is everything. When you look at most of the directors, pale vile unapata people from the Karigen community. If you go to the port, the same case. If you go to the Ministry of Energy, from the top, Davis Chichil, all the way to the bottom, that is what we mean by Karigenization of the nation. Are we in a hurry to change what we call nationalization of our institution to Karigenization of our institutions? Where are we headed to? And the big question is, are Kenyans genuine? Because majority have fear. Wengi wanaopa, wanawasiwasi, wanajiuliza maswali mengi. Why it is coming so fast? Why should we have very incompetent people? Kwa sababu kusema kweli ni wengi, very incompetent, but because they come from certain region, because now the presidents want to reward them, because the president rewards royalty and tribalism, doesn't reward competence. And by the way, I don't know whether that lady who was the ambassador for Poland, was it her daughter? Was it his daughter? Yes. Is she still an ambassador in Poland? For those of you who are here. Can you imagine? And you remember very well when William Samoei Ruto was the deputy president. He was given the chance to nominate half the cabinet. What did he do? He nominated all the colleges. All the posts were given to the colleges. So you see, when we were telling people that this is likely to continue, if we win the presidency, you can see we were right after all. He has continued with the same Karigenization of the nation. Skyman, si ulituambia Dede Nyoro ndiye amegula Kenya Power na sasa amepiga magoti. Sasa kwake Janet, ukienda kule kwake Kiharu, barabara ni za concrete roads. That is what he's doing. Sio kama hizi za kawaida za rami hii ya kawaida. Sasa hizo zinajengwa kule ni barabara ambazo zitadumu zaidi ya karne moja, more than 100 years. You can see what they are doing. So why can't that idea be implemented in all counties? Because that is what should happen. And this is happening, by the way, when development have already stalled in so many places. The IG, CG, Raila, Kigi, and the rest top leaders should be the first in the front line to tell the president to stop whenever he's doing, to stop whatever he's doing. But because the two are in his pocket, we will strike this. Alpha creature issue, we will strike this issue while we pay the piper. I'm Lucy saying, why can't Kenyans challenge all this nonsense of one tribe getting all the top positions? No, Kenyans are very timid, very timid. And again, even our leaders cannot be bold enough ati wajitokeze hivi waanze kuambia William Samoei Ruto, hapa unatukosea. Ni wachache sana wanaweza kuongea, wachache. And the only person we have seen coming out and telling William Samoei Ruto hapa wewe fanye vizuri ni watu wa ODM. ODM has been coming out very strongly. Akina Opiyo Wandayi, akina Sifuna, they have been telling him that. Wegi from ODM, they have, especially from Luo Nyanza, they have been telling William Samoei Ruto, here you are wrong, and we don't agree with you on this. Like this issue of Kogo. Like now that Rebel group, when they came out and they started saying talking about the formation that they are forming in Kenya. Imagine on Kenyan soil. Then it tells you that they were wrong. And I waited to see how many leaders would come out and tell William Samoei Ruto that you are wrong on this one. There's no way that you can let these people, the ragtime army, to come here and start announcing some funny formations for their country. In fact, it should not allow, because after all, we will be interfering with their country. So what we are saying here, that only ODM came out and criticized these people. Jones, karibu sana. Thanks, bro. I'm late. Yes, better late than never. Lucy is saying, for as long as they are timid, this rubbish will continue. It is true. I guess Kenyans will have to learn to live with it. Mato Max Dets anasema Raila built Fagathi concrete road. They put him down. It is true. Till date, that road has never been repaired. It is still intact. True. These people that fight Raila will one day miss him. I agree. Shida yao ni teda na kukula. No goodwill. I agree with you. I've told you that Raila had this good plan of concrete roads. And now because they have seen that it was something that is very good. Sasa ndio sasa ameanza kuangalia. Irene Keo yanasema Ishongwa na kiherehere yake haoni watu wake wakiumizwa juu yeye ana mfupa mnono. Ni kweli. He's just looking at the size of the potato. I was listening to him in a town hall meeting. And now anajaribu kuambia watu wa Kikuyu ati Gathoni Musyoba aache kuongea ati yeye alitumwa aende akatafutia watu wa Kikuyu mali na ataleta barabara zote Kikuyu. Ataleta maendeleo yote Kikuyu. That is what is happening in our government. That is what is happening. So you can see now they are even fighting among themselves. And the reason why they are fighting among themselves is simply because of the size of the potato. It's simply because Gathoni Musyoba is telling them, look here guys, what we need is one man, 1 shilling, 1 vote. Like that. But not sio tu Bolagu. sio mfupa wangu, sio mnofu wangu, not the size of my potato, because that is what they are fighting for. But now, are these the kind of people that you expected to bring changes in this country? I tell you, tutagojea. Guys, for those of you who are joining this channel, remember to like this video. Remember to leave a comment. For those of you who have never subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to our channel. So these are the guys that you're expecting that wataleta mabadiliko. Mabadiliko gani? Na sasa, I don't know, just a minute. Haya, huyu ni Gachagua naye. Gachagua anatuambia that we give William Samoei Ruto 10 more years. No, 5 more years. Because miaka mitano ati mtu hawezi kuwa amefanya kitu. That William Samoei Ruto needs 10 years. Who does that, guys? Mlisikia wapi maneno kama hayo? At 10 years. Because we know Kibaki was able to give us free education within 1 month. And this was happening in a country that was completely dilapidated. Janet Wageshi, Irene Kioe, how is the holy lad? Baraka tupu, sivyo. Uko ni vita vya wana Israeli. Kuna vita vingi pale. Hope sense will prevail. So what we are saying here is that wanasema wape miaka 10, imagine jameni ati miaka 10. There's nothing you can do with and they are so shameless that there's nothing you can do with 5 years. We need 10 years. At 5 years is just a plan. The next 5 years is implement. Come on. Macho, Makadets, Gachie, invite you to join South Candid Talk, Open Forum Debate. One of this. I am there, Nani, Mato. I'm right there. And you can ask watu wengi, watakwambia kina Flora, watakwambia pale kina Rose, watakwambia pale. So, I'm there and very, very active. In fact, some of these videos, you find them there. And some of the issues there, we contribute a lot. And thank you. And for those of you who can also join the Candid Talk, you are also welcome. So what we are saying here, there's no way we can give them 10 years. There is no way. And Kenyans should do everything possible to ensure that William Samoei Ruto does not win 2027. Acha tu amalize aende sasa hii. Amalize tu aende vizuri sana. Let him make history as the first president to go for 1 term in Kenya. I am Lucy. Hata wakipewa 100 years, 100 years. Hakuna kitu watadu. Siku njema huonekana mapema. Ni kweli, siku njema huonekana asubuhi, guys. It is true. So when William Samoei Ruto is telling us that he need 100, not 100, sorry for that. He needs 10 years. I think, what is this? And remember, this is a way of changing the term of the presidency. And Parents UK, karibu, unatuambia nini, auntie? God keep you, Skyman. Believe me, Kenya will vote for them. God keep me too. Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait and let's hope that it will not happen. Because if it happens, Jones, na kina Janet, I think it will be a sad day for Kenya. If Kenyans can decide to vote again for William Samoei Ruto, it will be so sad for us. So guys, I want to end this video here. And I'm very, very glad the way we have continued to interact. We will continue interacting many times because hapa ndipo ambapo tunaonana. For those of you who have not liked the video, please like the video. For those of you who have been asking my number, it is very, very simple. 0725 909 870. I repeat, my number. Those of you, if you want to reach me, if you want to contact me, my number 0725 909 870. So let me end there. Guys, have a lovely night. I'm very, very humbled. Bye-bye.